Hey guys, you know me as Cyphus here on .p, but I wanted to tell you about a new show we're doing called Let There Be Geeks, where we're dropping the screen names and getting into all the non-Dota 2 geeky things we love. Video and tabletop gaming, books, comics, movies, TV, plus geek and nerd culture at large. Find it on lettherebegeeks.com, iTunes, Google Play, and all your favorite podcast apps. Give us a follow at Let There Be Geeks on Twitter for the latest show announcements, and new episodes go live every Monday. Plus, you can tune in for specialty episodes released periodically where we go in-depth on one geeky movie, TV show, game, or topic. Again, you can find Let There Be Geeks at our website, lettherebegeeks.com, and on iTunes, Google Play, and all your favorite podcast apps. Now, here's the show.
Hey.
Proud, and with me is Skrunk. Hello, Skrunk. So, Ursy's sick, and not in like, you know, he's like really good at shit, like, yo, sick, like, he's sick. So now I have to figure out how the show works. So this is Theory Thursdays with Ursinity and Skrunk, and today we are an alternative lifestyles podcast. Skrunk.
Also, Ursinity's not here.
Okay. Skrunk, how do you feel about granola?
Granola?
Yeah, alternative lifestyle. This is the granola lifestyle.
Dude, I mean, it's okay.
Granola.
It's really not that good for you, though. It's like
really
loaded with sugar. Yeah, it's like sugar and grain. Like, it's not good for you.
Yeah.
It's like,
Okay.
like, what do you get? You get carbs and like sugar, and like, it's really just like the commercial hype around granola. You know what I mean?
Okay. You kind of get a superiority complex out of it, though, right? If you get a little bit of superiority complex.
If you eat granola?
Yeah, dude.
Well, it's kind of like yogurt, right? Like, everyone thinks yogurt's really good for you, and I mean, you can combine the two. And
shit.
Yogurt has like this great like reputation that it's like really good for you, but it's like
a lot of clout
like,
around yogurt.
I remember when I was like in middle school,
Here we go.
the rumor got out that if you ate yogurt, then your boobs would get really big if you were a girl. So like, cause this one girl who with huge tits like ate yogurt a lot. So like, one day at lunch, all the girls had yogurts, and yeah, that's my story.
Alright, that was great. Okay, so actually Dota 2. So, Skrunk, Dota 2. How do you like it?
I mean, it's really not that good for you.
It's got a lot of carbs and sugar.
Yeah, no, I like Dota.
Okay, cool. So Skrunk is the offlane player for Hakuna Marana. And Skrunk, what are your favorite offlaners? Because for the seg, we're gonna talk about the offlane.
Okay,
So what do you actually like playing right now? Like, I know what I draft. What do you like playing?
I like playing Marana and the offlane a lot.
Okay.
And Axe. Those are like my two.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Dude, that's good. So recently, I've been like, yo, let's stop drafting team fight. Like, Faces Void has not been working. I'm gonna be honest with you. Faces Void not working out. He lost some base damage. What's that about, man? I don't want to pick Faces anymore. I'm tired of getting like, oh, we have Kunkka, we have Invoker, and we're gonna chrono and kill everyone. Doesn't happen.
Yeah. Oh, we have melee cores. Let's pick Faceless.
Yep.
I mean, it's like,
I'm done with Faces.
the offlane is weird because it's like so much about what you're going up against. Like,
Yeah.
Faceless is really good against certain combos, but like against other lanes, but not against some lanes. So
Yeah, I mean, if they have like no lockdown for him or whatever, that's okay. But for the most part, like, I don't know. I'm not feeling the Faceless anymore. And then he got nerfed, and it's just like, it's good if you're running like a drought strat for the most part. But outside of that, I'm like, do I really want Faceless? Do I really? No.
yeah, I like the offlaners that can just go do stuff if your lane is horrible. So like Marana can always just go arrow big creeps, and
yeah, or mid, which is, I mean, heroes are kind of like big creeps.
Yeah, but you don't get the guaranteed gold.
Do if you're good.
Like I like playing Beastmaster, and I actually like playing Tide a lot. This year can just go Iron Talon jungle if needed.
For sure.
And,
Void like you can, but it's not quite as good. Yeah, but like Axe and Beastmaster, really, really fast junglers. They're fucking good at that. That's the thing they're good at. Yeah, I don't know. So like I feel like for a while. No, what?
I don't even think I'm like good at playing offlane. Like that's the thing. Like,
I don't either.
Like some games, I'm like, it's just so different every game. Like
no, I know,
some games I'm Faceless Void, and I got 50 CS at 10 minutes or whatever. And then some games I'm Faceless Void, and I have like 6 CS if I have 10 minutes. And it's like, there's no similarities.
Yeah, it's not like, anyway. I don't know, like I'm good at safe lane. I get fucking 80 CS at 10 minutes every time. If you're off lane, you're like, I don't know.
Like, I have no idea. Like,
I'll let you know.
I think the big thing that I need to do with my offlane play is just because there's, when you want to sap the lane and you want to go get experience from the jungle, but I think sometimes just like finding a place to soak XP from the trees and like not get harassed. I think that's like something I need to work on more.
And you can kind of do it with Void, like you can jump into trees and shit that they don't, they can't get to.
Yeah, so that's always cool. Like I think that's an underrated play in the offlane.
All right, so like when I'm asking like, yo, Skrunk, how's the offlane going? Is there like a big part of you that wants to say like maybe?
Yes, like all the time.
Well, it could be. It might be going. I'm not
it's fine,
sure
I guess.
I'm not dead yet.
If I can get all the experience, then it's going good.
Okay.
But if I'm getting zoned out of experience, that's when things get rough.
Tell me about aggro dual lanes, babe. What do you tell me about it?
Tell you about what?
Like aggro dual lanes. Fuck.
Oh.
All right, like Slaughter Wyvern. Yeah, when you do it.
Slaughter Wyvern is good.
Do you like feel comfy when that's going on?
Yeah, I like playing dual lanes. I like dual lanes. I like to have my buddy with me, whether it be Flob or Ursi. And
so like Shadow Demons sometimes in that, like what do you actually like to aggro duel with? Like, normally you kind of just want like a setup or someone who can do some like zony shit for like a Slaughter or an Axe, right? Like I can't really think of who else is really good to aggro duel lane that's like also a like contemporary standard offlaner. Seems like it's like Axe and Slaughter and are your aggro duel lane heroes. I'm probably forgetting someone.
Yeah. We tried to do like Legion for a little while, but I didn't like that too much.
Yeah, Legion
that
shit.
Was pretty garbage.
Shout out to Flub.
Like I think you could do Abaddon dual lanes. Like you could do like Veno Abaddon.
Yeah, there's like I don't know. With the offlane, I feel like the hole that the offlane fills in your team is normally like that big team fight ulti or the like standard spammable stun. I don't know like the term for this. Like like Lion Revenge stun versus like a Ravage. Like they're both stuns. It's just the difference between like a team fight stun or like a ganking stun. Does that make sense? Can you help?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll call it a ganking stun. All right, so I feel like you either want like a ganking stun like Slardar or like a big team fight ulti like Darkseer or what?
It depends too on like how you want to run the lane. Like you can run the lane as an independent lane and like call it fine. Like the other day we played with a Silencer Sand King in the off lane, and that went really well because it was just like that was their lane and they just stayed in it for the first 8 minutes or so. But if we want to play like the support comes and helps out the off laner for a bit and then leaves, it's a different style.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So I feel like if you play the first style, you have a lot more freedom. But if you're just doing like support comes and helps out for a little bit, then you want to pick heroes that are going to be able to sustain once they have farm. So like Slardar with Tranquil Boots. Like if you support Slardar till he has Tranquils, he'll be pretty much good to go. Or like Axe with the same idea. Like once he has enough
makes sense. Yeah, what like my favorite shit, which comes from like this is like the carry guilt, but for the off lane, is like you off lane to a certain point and then you just like leave in jungle and then give like after the safe lane is fine, like you try lane the safe lane and their off laner's like, oh man, this is too hard, I gotta leave. and then like you move a support to the offlane, and then your offlaner's jungling, and one of your supports now like soaks, kind of shitty farm, or shitty experience, but more experience than they get not doing anything. Like I like that shit. That's great.
Yeah, that's good. And then like your offlaner's getting more golden experience than they would in the offlane, typically in the jungle.
It's like if they're a good jungle hero, they basically can get like safe lane level farm in the jungle, right? Like it's actually pretty fucking lucrative.
Yeah, it depends on like the hero, but
yeah, like
most
Void not so much.
heroes
Axe or Beastmaster, like that blink's gonna come.
definitely.
I mean,
and like
Beastmaster's not gonna go blink, but
yeah, he'll get his item. But it's also like, does your team want to use the jungle too? Like, it's only really good if you only get safe lane levels of farm if the jungle is completely free for you.
Yeah, and if like we already have like 5 stacks in the jungle, you're gonna be sitting there on Beastmaster, and you're like, I only got 1 boar, man. I can't do a 3 stack. This boar is not made for this.
Yeah, I mean, if you have Talon, you can do it, but it takes a long time now.
Okay. All right. Anything that you got? Anything else about the offlane you want to tell me?
I mean, Tide is sweet because you can farm ancients. Like, what
true.
Other offlaners can farm ancients?
I don't know how I feel at Lone Druid. I mean, you have to be pretty farmed at Lone Druid to do that. But I don't know how I feel about Tide and Sven together. Like sometimes it seems really good. Like we had one game where I was just doing great, and I was like, "No, man, you can take my ancient stack. It's fine. I don't care. I don't need it. I'm doing great." And then like you caught up heavily on it, and then also, I mean, like if we're both not doing good, we have to like fight over it, and then they cause us like a rift, and then we blame each other for like not letting us get our farm.
Well, I mean, I would never take it personally if you wanted the ancient stack.
You say that now.
I'm just putting that out there. Just don't blame me when there's no mech at like 20 minutes and we're pushing.
No, I will.
Yeah, I know you will. So.
All right, so I'm not going to put those heroes in the same team, but like one time it worked out real great.
I think it's fun, dude. Like, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I don't know. I'm spamming a shit ton of Sven. I mean, normally we kind of talk about how our week in Dota has been. But I've been like in my solo ranked games, I got 49. I dropped a little bit, but I'm making it back. My goal is 5K before school starts at the end of the month. But man, dude, Sven is so fucking good in solo rank.
I trust you. I believe in you.
Thank you. Oh my god.
I haven't been playing a lot. This is the thing about offlane is like I play it for the team, but I haven't been playing it a lot in my pubs. Team. So what I was gonna do is just like play on my Smurf and just like spam a bunch of offlane heroes in ranked games. And
yeah, that's cool. Do that. Yeah, I feel like you can play like Timbersaw ranked. You can kind of play Void or like offlane and ranked, but like I don't know, playing like a Beastmaster offlane ranked is because like when I play Sven, like I know what the fuck I'm gonna get, and I know I can manhandle the fucking game. Like it can be my goddamn game. But when I'm playing offlane, which I don't do that much, but like when I do, it's like I don't know. I don't feel like I have that much control over shit.
Yeah, that's why I like playing Mirana, because Mirana can be like one of those heroes that's like, okay, I'm just gonna do my thing, and then like once I have Ags and Blink, then I'm like actually a powerhouse, and
yeah,
I can just like do stuff on my own. Unlike Beastmaster, who like freaking you like thrive in a 5-man sort of situation.
Yeah, so. You want to be giving your order to people and shit, man. Like, dude, Sven with Beastmaster, because my build on Sven, I don't get attack speed for a pretty long time, but man, Beastmaster, what a hero. Love that guy.
Yeah, same with like Slark or whatever. It's good.
Yeah, no, Beastmaster is honestly really good, but you just have to gotta play around it. You can't just like pub a Beastmaster. It's just not how the fucking hero works.
Yeah, I did it the other day, and like I had a really good game, but like, yeah, it's weird because in team fights on Beastmaster, you need your team to be taking advantage of what you're giving them. You can give them vision, you can slow and stun people, but like you need to be doing it in the context of what your team is doing. Whereas if you're picking a hero like Mirana or like Enchantress or something, you can just say, I'm just gonna like kill dudes. Like I'm just gonna kill people.
Yeah, I feel like
that's good.
Like the biggest problem in pubs is when your ability to succeed is just like greatly fucked up by your other teammates being shit, or just not wanting to play the same kind of Dota you do. And like if I'm playing Sven, like I'm doing my own stacks and I'm farming the jungle by myself. And then I blink into a team fight with my ulti and I wipe people, like my success. Yeah, if they feed or they're somewhere where I'm not, like, yeah, that'll be a detriment to me. but at least I can still play my own game. But like Beastmaster, I don't know. If your pubs aren't on the level with you, I can't really think of like a single other hero besides like fucking Oracle, where if you and your pubs aren't on the same page, your like efficacy just fucking is like shot completely.
Yeah, because like Sven has so much leniency in the fights that he jumps into, right? Like your team could have just all died or whatever, but as long as they like got people low and now the enemies are pushing the tower and they're grouped up, yeah, Sven will jump in on that. Or your team could be doing okay in a team fight, and like Sven will jump in on that. If you're winning a team fight, Sven will jump in on that, obviously. But yeah, there's lots of heroes where it's like very specific things need to happen to make it work out. Like you need to burst the target that I roar, and as a Beastmaster, you can't really solo kill many people unless they're like very squishy. Like you can solo kill int heroes, like Queen of Pain and stuff. But
yeah, if you got like a nice timing on your Necronomicon and you're doing well, you can be solo killing people. But outside of that, it's like not so much.
Yeah, and even if you solo kill someone, it's like I don't know. It doesn't like translate into a tower or something if you just get one kill.
Yeah, and then your Necronomicon is down. Like, what are you gonna do without your fucking Necro? By the way, Beastmaster Necronomicon, good fucking if you don't have teammates, you can spawn 2 of them, and they're pretty decent with your aura. Anyway, that's Dota 2. Okay, I don't care. Let's talk about the combo we want to do. All right, is that fine?
Yes.
Are you ready
that's
for
what
that?
I came here for.
Yeah. Earlier, Skrunk was like, "I don't know how this show goes. How are we gonna transition from off lane to our combo?" I was like, "Don't worry, babe. I got this one." So our combo is Spectre and Necrophos. Skrunk, this is your design. This is a little Hannibal reference right there. This is my design, etc. You see, why the fuck?
Okay, so the idea behind this lane is that you can't be aggressive, but you can't die. Like your Necrophos is your support, and Spectre is the carry, of course. And if people come to gank you, like at a certain time in the game, they'll just die. Like they could send 3 heroes at you guys, and you'll just be death pulsing. You'll be reflecting damage with Spectre. You'll be doing his aura. What is that shit? Heartstopper aura. So like you combine Heartstopper aura with Spectre's reflect damage, and like it just really throws off people's like math, because people will be like, oh, we can kill them, but they're going to be taking aura damage that they didn't account for. They're going to be taking reflect damage, and then like when you death pulse the Spectre, that like causes even more damage to be going out. Obviously you nuke the enemy and you heal the Spectre, and then they're going to be like, oh, okay, he healed, but like we can still finish him off. But then there's still like reflect damage and aura damage. So it's just like the idea is it's just all this AoE damage that you don't really have to do a lot to like get out. And
even if you're getting like stunned and that sort of shit, you're still making strange math for them, and you're making them feel like, can we dive? Like, I think we dive here, and then they get punished for it super easily because the math on whether or not they can dive keeps changing and changing and changing, and it's difficult for them to actively like fucking update their decision making based on the events that are happening.
Yeah, and people generally like once they decide to go for a gank, they'll just go for it. Like so
from a scale of Drow Strat with Storm mid to Omni Knight has 4% over the next highest win rate in all pubs. How pubby is this strat? Would you run this? Would you run this in a coordinated fucking shit where you're like, oh, I could run Drow Strat with Storm mid or this shit? And then there's also like, Omni Knight's a good pick here. He wins games.
I mean, I don't know. We haven't played it in like a captain's mode game.
Just true. Have we lost?
It might be rough. Yeah, it might be rough if they like aggro tri-lane you or whatever. But I think it's legit. I think it's a good strat. I think people aren't going to be ready for it.
They're not fucking ready, dude.
Yeah, exactly. They have no idea.
Yeah, we've played this a few times and it's gone great. Let me see how many times. I think about 3 or maybe 3 times. All right, that's 1 win, 2 wins. Let's see. I think just 2. So we're 2-0 at this point.
Played it twice, yeah.
2 whole wins. So we're pretty confident in practice on this strategy.
The idea too is like the Necrophos is a pure babysitter for the Spectre.
Pure baby.
No, dude, the babysitter. That's the adult. That's like
Okay,
the one
the Spectre is a
making
pure
sure
baby.
you're safe. Yeah, Spectre's the baby. I'm the adult.
Okay,
It,
it's like real life.
well, I guess. But okay, so Spectre needs someone to be there with him to make sure he gets his farm, right? It's like if you leave him alone, yes, she's gonna die.
She's very death
So
prone. She's a baby.
yes, indeed. So Necrophos just like sits there, stacks in poles, helps the Spectre out, and if anyone ever comes to gank the Spectre, that's when you're there to just fuck them up. And
Press Q.
yeah, that's the big idea.
All right, how do you so you're playing Necro support. So standard, you'd be like, okay, Necro, like that's greedy, that sucks. And then you got Spectre too, and you're like, yo, that's greedy too. This is a mistake. Like we told Flo about this, the king of, like I know Flub is a Necrophos player. You take a hero that is out of meta, doesn't do shit, and is a weird greedy support and is severely countered by very specific things and doesn't really fit any lane. Like that's a Flub hero right there. And I was like, yo, Flub, what do you think about this, babe? And he was like, well, you got to make sure you don't get aggro tri-land on, which is kind of weird because the way we do it is like, yo, we want them to go into us, and then we just like encompass them with our fucking foggy ectoplasm, and then they just melt into like mush while they try to make decisions. But like, I'm not too afraid of dual lanes. Like, I'm kind of afraid of dual lanes, but basically we can kill any, like a single offlaner can't contest us. But I think dual v dual, we may run into some difficulties.
Well, dual v dual, it might be hard, but I still think you can outplay people and get your farm.
No, I agree. I think it's like if they think you're weak and they try to take advantage of the fact that you're greedy, like if they don't respect you enough to treat the two lanes to treat your lane like an equal, I think then it would fuck everyone up. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and that's like what's gonna happen, right? Is because the psychology, people are gonna be like, oh, the Necrophos, like what a retard, and then like they're gonna underestimate you because you're playing some unorthodox thing. But I'm not surprised that Flub wasn't feeling this because Flub
he doesn't know a lot.
He's kind of well, we'll skip past that. But he loves like aggression. He's all about aggressiveness and being aggressive.
Yeah, he'd be like, so does the Necrophos buy an Orb of Venom and a Windlace at the starting goal? Or what's it? I'm like, no, buddy, he sits there and he waits and he's like, sounds like a shit strat, dude.
Yeah, dude, you just wait. Like you sit there until you're like level 7 and then you're like, I'm the boss now. No one can touch me. But then you don't seek people out. You still just wait.
You are bait, but you're like bait that's food poisoning. So like they try to bite your food poison bait, and then they're like, God, this sucks, and then they die very slowly, and it's great.
Yeah, there's like maggots inside the apple that they just tried to take a bite out of.
Full of maggots. Would you look at that guy? Maggots up the wazoo. Anyway, no relation to Grand Wazoo. So that's kind of the lane. How do you like skill and itemize this here in Necrophos?
Okay, so for this, hero that I'm super practiced in, what I've been doing is, well, the hero is all about Death Pulse. Like Death Pulse is just an insane ability, I think. And so what I was thinking is like, okay, a support hero that just has Death Pulse and auto attacks is like good enough. So
yeah, perfect. I mean, it's better than Warlock.
Yeah. So you max your Death Pulse, and I also max my Heartstopper aura. So I just go, so I'm like 3, 2, 0, 1 at 6 because I want my ult, and then I'm just 4, 4, 0, 1.
Okay, so you don't get Sadist.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing because the idea is you're just a babysitter, and just like Sadist is like it doesn't do anything in fights. Like
that's in fights, like after you get the first kill, it does, like it tanks you up heavily, but I think that the kind of skirmishes you're going to engage in early, like okay, so the main point of Sadist is it helps you when you're killing creeps and that sort of thing. But if you're playing as a support, like maybe you're getting denies at best. And then instead of that, like I try to like think of abilities and like how much net worth having this extra ability is going to get you. And I feel like having Sadist, if you're playing a support Necrophos, like you're never gonna get as much net worth out of Sadist as like one tango and one clarity. Whereas if Heartstopper Aura helps you get one kill or secures you one more wave of farm, that like greatly outweighs how much Sadist is going to give you.
Yeah, like especially early on, your Heartstopper Aura is going to be just doing so much more than Sadist will.
Yeah. Even if the numbers aren't that big, like they don't have, it's like no one's walking around with a ring of health at level 1 to compensate, and they're just going to chew through their reach, and that's going to suck.
Yeah, so I just find like those early skill points are, you don't want to just be throwing them away into like, health and mana regen.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's why I maxed the first 2 abilities, and that really, gives you like the cancer aspect. Like you're just sitting there, dealing damage passively, healing, and I just feel like the skill points in Sadist are a waste. I think later on, Sadist is amazing. But
yeah.
It's like Sadist is like a win more ability almost. You know what I mean? It's like
I feel you, especially as a support Necrophos.
Yeah, so it's like if you get kills, yeah, it's amazing, but like you can't just like play the game and assume you're gonna get kills as a 5 position support.
Yeah. No, that's fair. I think, ideally Necrophos you'd be like a 4, but it's a pub, so what do you expect?
Yeah, I like it as like a dual lane.
Yeah, and then there's some other hero like a roaming bounty or something that can potentially. I would want a Sand King obviously because it's the best hero in Dota 2, and it has a stun to make up for Necrophos not having a stun. But
yeah, and like the thing is, I'm gonna go mana boots on him anyway, so I don't need the mana regen. Yeah, basically my item build is I just go mana boots mech, and after that maybe go Greaves, maybe build an Ags.
Yeah. What do you think about Veil?
Dude, what's up with you and Veil?
Veil on Tiny, I played that like twice and it was legit.
Did you win either of them?
Both games.
You won both games?
Dude, it's good. I might have lost one, but no, it's honestly really fucking solid.
I don't know about Veil. It seems okay.
No, one of them was a loss, but I fucking shit on that game.
Yeah.
That was one with Sultan was on fucking God. He tried to play Arc Warden. Fucking Vafa's not a good Arc Warden, let me tell you, buddy.
Dude, I could have told you that. I could have told you that like a month ago. Yeah, no, I played with him.
Yeah, no, he's not a good. He's not. But anyway, yeah, dude, Veil is sick. I love it.
Veil's sweet because it tanks you up too, and like Necro's supposed to be tanky later in the game.
Yeah,
like
you can even go armor and shit.
Yeah, and it gives you just more AoE, destruction.
I feel like if you want to think of Dota items as like being perfectly balanced, then you have to think that like, okay, every property of this item like has some kind of use to it that like if you play to the advantages of every item, then like you're getting extra efficiency. Like if you say like, oh, the stats on Dagon are not useful, then you can kind of get it on anyone. But if you're like, oh no, you need to take advantage of the plus damage the int gives you as a whatever. So just play with that idea for a second. So if you think of Veil as like a perfectly efficient item, that means you need to be taking advantage of the fact that it's giving you like a huge AoE that it's dealing additional magic damage to. And Necrophos like takes advantage of that hardcore. He does all of his AoE or his magic damage and a huge AoE around him. Except for the Reaper Scythe or whatever, but for the most part, like he does a shit ton of AoE magic damage, right? Like that's a thing he do. Good Necro does a lot of AoE. All right, is Heartstopper fucking magic damage? I think it is. No,
I was just looking at it, but I don't think it is. I think it's a health.
No, damage type magical. It is.
Where does it say that?
I just clicked on it in Dota Buff, and it says damage type magical.
Oh, cool. Up there. Nice. I thought it was health removal, but.
Yeah, I think they like changed all that shit a while ago. But yeah, so this is magic, and then so you have your Q doing AoE magic damage, and it's like ambient, like fucking Veil lasts forever, and so do you, and so does your fucking Death Pulse, and so does your Heartstopper Aura. It's not like you Veil and then you dig on someone and you're like, that's it. Like that's not taking advantage of the fact that it was like AoE and all that shit. And then you look at Spectre. Spectre also, like if you have Radiance, that's some fucking AoE damage, right? Like it seems like with a Veil, you would also be buffing up Spectre's damage hardcore. I think, let's see, is Dispersion magic? Yeah, Dispersion. No, Dispersion is not. It's just whatever damage type. Anyway, if I take magic damage, then that'll be amplified too through Dispersion. Spectral Daggers, Magic, Desolate's Pure, which isn't too great, but I feel like there's some synergy between the two heroes. Like Spectre, as opposed to most carries, will actually take some pretty good advantage of some AoE from the Veil. So that may be an option, but it's kind of hard to fit Veil into a build, right? Like it comes at the same time you want to build mech.
Yeah, I don't think I would go it over mech. I think it's a good item. And you could like start with pieces of the Null Talisman, I guess, and like keep them for later if you want to do something like that.
Yeah, dude. Nulls like is actually just super fucking nice when you're a support. It makes you like core level of just like body.
Yeah, so I would do that. The reason that I would go mech is just because Necrophos is just a sustain hero. Like anything to be able to sustain your pushes down lanes. Like I was thinking about this the other day about how heals are just like so good in Dota right now, because like it's the different. If you have a healer like Necrophos, that's the difference between you win a fight and everyone's low. Okay, you back up. You don't get anything out of it. You go back, like you won the fight, but you go back to your base and you heal. But if you have a healer like Necrophos or Dazzle or Oracle or something, then you just like go get a tier 2 or a tier 1 or a fucking Rax if it's like late in the game. Like the heals can be the difference between getting objectives and not off of one team fights, which is why I like to go mech on Necro.
Yeah, there have been several games recently where, like, let's say the enemy team is pushing a tower or something, and one of their cores like sticks their nose out a little to be like, "Can I find someone to kill?" And then we throw like 3 nukes at him, and their core is now down at like 25% HP, and we're like, "Sweet, they have to back up now." It's like he's so low, and once their spells come back off cooldown, we're just gonna get back in there, and we'll hit him like one more time, and we'll just have to the whole fucking die. So they have to back up and all that shit. But then an Urn Charge comes out. And by the time our skills are up again, we're like, shit, fucking Urn. Like, that stopped our entire ability to defend this tower. So, yeah, I mean, having a heal, it goes a long way.
Yeah, it's just like, time is one of your resources in Dota, right? And the heals are going to cut back on the time it takes you to accomplish certain tasks. So, heals are amazing.
And mech, mech has stats. It's not like it's just the heal. It's also got 5 to all stats and 5 armor, and plus, obviously the active fucking gives you more armor.
Oh yeah, dude, for sure. And like, just like even the thing that I like so much about mech on this support necro build is all the pieces are very small, and like if you have buckler and whatever that 600 piece is called, headdress. Yeah, if you just have buckler headdress, like those are good items for necro. And you're happy like having those. So it's just a really easy build up. It's nice at all stages.
Yeah, I think of support the support Doom, like the puppy Doom or China Doom, whatever the fuck you want to call it, who got just like a casual buckler. And yeah, that item is strong. Necrophos has some pretty decent HP on his own, and kind of what I like to think about is how durable your HP is. So let's say Necrophos, no matter what you do, your Q is going to heal you for like 70 at level 1, correct? And 70 HP when you have 10 armor is worth way more than 70 HP when you have 0 armor. So as long as you have enough HP to not get bursted down by magic damage or whatever, overall, an item that gives you additional armor is going to stretch that 70 HP that you heal for way further, and that extends to mech, of course, as well. So like any HP that you're gaining, if you do have additional armor, that's going to make that heal that much more efficient or more effective.
Yeah, it'll make your effective HP higher for sure. I was just looking at the numbers here. So like level 1 Death Pulse, it's a 125 damage nuke and
this is high. Heal. Like most nukes are about 100 damage max.
Yeah, so that's a 200 life exchange between you and one other person. Now, and that's at level 1. Now, if you consider like getting it on multiple people, healing multiple people, damaging multiple people, getting it at higher levels, like these are big swings of health going between.
Could be up to like if like dual lane versus dual lane, if you heal me with it, which you will because I'm melee, and you hit them with it if they're engaging on us. Like if they walk forward and then you walk forward and I walk forward, if we got a nice group hug of death happening, you're gonna have a 400 HP swing with one press of Q at level 1, and that's insane.
Yeah, dude, and it's a freaking, the cooldown goes 8, 7, 6, 5 seconds. So like you can get this off multiple times, and I can't tell you like the amount of times that I've been getting focused as a Necrophos, and then it's like my stuns wear off and I go Death Pulse 17 one charges or something like that, and then I'm just like at half, and we're just like winning the fight so heavily at that point. So it's one of those heroes that if they don't burst you down right away, you're gonna be effective. And especially with Heartstopper Aura, like being like the way it is, it's 1.8% of people's max HP. Max HP per second. So that ability is great at all stages of the game. If you're 60 minutes in the game, you're still going to be doing 1.8% of their health every second.
Yeah.
So the other reason we like this combo a lot is just because of its great late game potential. Like Spectre's a great late game hero, and Reaper Scythe in the late game is obviously amazing. So
yeah, you take someone out of the game for fucking 2 minutes. It doesn't matter how far behind you are. All you need is the one pick with Necrophos, and really anything can happen.
Yeah. So it's just a really defensive type of lane that is going to be, effective in the late game. Is the idea.
Yeah, I like it.
Other than that, like, I've thought about Aether Lens on him. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like 5% more damage and healing, which is cool.
It just doesn't tank you up at all, right? I feel like if you're playing a support like if you're playing a core Necrophos, you can afford to spend money on more aggressive shit. Like you can get like a first item blink and that sort of shit, and your levels can make up for how tanky you want to be. But if you're playing a support Necrophos, I feel like you don't have the wiggle room to not spend all of your resources on being tanky, because like that's the main, like if you're not alive, nothing else matters, right? So you have to hit that survivable threshold before you invest in anything like an Aether Lens, I feel like.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's just like an idea.
Yeah.
But overall, yeah, I think I would just go, Mech or Greaves into Ags to get the most potential out of his Reaper Scythe in the late game.
I think you go Windlace on this guy.
Yeah, I could do that. I could see that.
I think you need it. I like that his name is Rotundjere, but like it's rotund, just like he's round and fat or something, and then apostrophe Jere, so he's just like Fat Jerry. That's how I like to think
Is
of
that
this
his
hero.
name?
Yeah, Rotundjere. It's like rotund, just the word rotund, ROTUND, and then apostrophe JERE, which is basically Jerry. He's just rotund Jerry.
I get
so
that.
you're playing Jerry this game.
Yeah, I hope I get to freaking reap some people's souls as.
Okay, all right, that sounds good. I'm gonna figure out Spectre's name real quick so we can figure out who's dating Jerry right now. Mercurial. It's not going great. I don't feel like I can turn that into anything.
Spectre's just PA, isn't it? Like a dead PA. That's what I've heard.
I've heard that too. I don't actually know. I feel like I should, because these are two of my favorite heroes. But I mean, maybe. I don't know. Maybe they have the same voice actress or something. So people were like, that could be it. I don't know if there's much more to it. I mean, Dota lore is pretty thin, but could be. I always thought Spectre was like a French ghost. But I think I've told you that before. Like, Spectre is French.
Yeah, I think you've told me that.
Yeah, it's true, though.
What about Spectre? Is that something you talk about, the Spectre? Or have you done that before?
Yeah, no, I've talked about Spectre before, but I guess I'll talk about how Spectre has changed. Now since Drum is gone, I mean, the old thing, if you follow the Bad Man build, you would go, I think it was like Phase, earn Drum and all that shit. And now I just skip all of that and I just have Phase Vanguard. I love Vanguard, and Vanguard's great. And you go Vanguard in this hero now. You get the Ring of Health nice and early. HP regen in lane. As soon as you get the Vanguard up, I'm sorry, guys. My arm was dying. So as soon as you get the Vanguard up, you are tanky as fuck, which works with this lineup very well. So I'll just wade into the middle of shit, fucking just spread my smoky essence and do some ambient damage and wait for that the Radiance to happen.
Yeah, once the Radiance comes online, it's like there's just so much damage. Like in an area, you can't even see it. It's invisible damage. Like,
yeah. It's not like, you see Alliance and you're like, oh, damage happened. I need to, I just got nuked by something big. Like, no, it's just you exist. And then, hey, it turns out I'm dead now.
Yeah,
my health is gone.
You're breathing like Beijing quality air or something like that.
Yep. That's good. Yeah, I like to think of, our lane. I was trying to figure out a way to say this, but I feel like you're like a fog machine. Like I just set you up, and then just slowly the fog sets out and like gets thicker, and then you're like, oh man, I actually can't go into this anymore. That's you. We're playing a fog machine lane. Only it's like noxious gas coming out of the fog machine.
That sounds cool. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll play that. Yeah, so Spectre's pretty much the same.
How do you skill him?
You don't. That's
sorry.
Okay, so I have the safest thing to do is to max Q your dagger. So you would do like dagger, 1 point in like desolate, and then dagger, and then 1 point in dispersion, because the dispersion is like 10% damage reflected, which is sick. And then every point after that it goes to like 14. So it's like the first point is 10% less, and then it goes 4%. I mean, it kind of compounds, because I mean, if you're taking only 1% damage, if you reduce the damage you're taking by another 1%, you take 0. So as you get closer to reducing your damage by such and such percent, each additional percent is going to be worth more. And I'm pretty sure that dispersion works off that. I'm not entirely sure. There may be some weird fucking Dota thing where it's not actually these strict percentages. But yeah, it's nope, it does. Okay, so the first point increases your effective HP by 11, and then it goes to 16, so it increases by 5% your effective HP, and then next is 22, so it increases your effective HP by 6%, and then it does by about 6% again. So every fucking point on dispersion so first point to second point, pretty decent, and then every point after that, it just gets better and better. So either way, dispersion, first point, fucking goddamn... What are those value points? Yeah, value point is shit. So you normally want your first point of dispersion at 4, but I normally like to go my second point in desolate by 5. I feel like just putting your pure damage on swing from 20 to 35 is a big deal. You like get way more punchy. Whereas 1 more point in spectral dagger, it's 50 more damage. And you increase the like move speed and slow by another 4%, which is decent. It gets a little bit more expensive. Like it's fine, but desolate helps you farm, and if you get two or three desolate swings in, that's the damage that spectral dagger would have done for you. And I feel like I don't know. I really value desolate very highly.
Yeah, I can see that.
And it's good for farming. Like there's so many, like Spectre has such low damage, and you're farming a creep under tower. And if your desolate just fucking one-shots them, that's just a load off your conscience. You don't have to worry about that anymore. So I'm into desolate. So I normally like to have like 2 points in both Q and W, and then 1 point in E by the time I'm 5. And then you get ulti, of course, and then I max the dagger out. But I like them 2 points in desolate. But that's about it. I don't got much else to say about that.
I think I remember I played back in the IXDL. I played a game with RTZ on Spectre, and I think he went like 3 points desolate by level 7 or something like that.
Yeah.
And he just used his first haunt to solo kill mid with his like high points in desolate.
Yeah.
That was really cool. It was like a windrunner or something. He just like waited for it to use windrun and just popped in, and hey, look at my freaking huge auto attacks.
Yeah. If you can get the desolate shots in, it's crazy. I mean, if you're adding 50 damage, and not just 50 physical, but 50 goddamn pure damage to your auto attacks, I mean, that's fucking wild. But if you can't, it can just be kind of hard if people are like playing around it well. But that's why I like getting the 2 points, because I can play to it, and it's something that cannot be scoffed at. But also, at least I have dagger. I can throw 100 damage in to finish a kill. So whatever floats your fucking boat. I don't really give a shit. So
makes sense to me.
Get the Vanguard. I like Aquila, so you get like Aquila Vanguard, like phase Aquila Vanguard, whatever order you want. If you need the Ring of Health, get it. Get the Bassi relatively early as well. Standard Proud starting items: Tango, Stout, Salve, Mango. You get your Quelling Blade, whatever. You can go Iron Talon if you need to jungle a lot. Spectre jungles slowly, but sometimes you got to do it. So get the Iron Talons, good shit. And after that, you get your fucking Radiance, and then you can either go Manta if you just want to be aggressive, or you can go straight into Heart if you want to just like literally never fucking die. Because if you have Vanguard and Heart and Radiance on Spectre, I mean, like what do you think's gonna happen? Is someone gonna kill you? No, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah. What would you do? So for this game, would you be able to plan out whether you'd go Manta or Heart just based on the combo we're running?
I'd probably go Heart. I would probably go Heart. Just because I feel like So I was playing a game with Aosin one time a while ago, and this was when I was doing my my Mask of Madness Spectre and just farming a shit ton with it. And I still love that, by the way. I just Vanguard's too good now. But back in the day, I used to go a Mask of Madness Spectre. This was good when the Mask of Madness was fucking broken. You could do that, and it was like, because Mask of Madness is like scaling health regen, because I mean you're always going to be life stealing, and it's going to scale off your auto attack damage, which is scaling. Whereas like an urn is eventually just not going to fill your health pool up anymore. Vanguard is not going to fill up your huge health pool anymore. But I mean the life steal is going to keep going. So I would go that, and then I would go Scotty. And he was like, "Yo, why don't you go Manta? Because Manta's a good item on Spectre." Just wrote like Manta, good item, go Manta. And I was like, it would be better, and we would definitely win harder. But also, if I have this Scotty, there is literally no way I can die. There's like, it's not like I can get caught out and like, oh shit, I didn't expect that. I died too fast in that team fight. Whoa, crazy. We lose now. Like if you are tanking on Spectre, there is no fucking lose state. Even if they burn through your entire health pool, they will die. Your fucking dispersion will kill them.
Yeah, I love seeing that. Like 5 people, like I've seen this before where it's like they kill all 4 teammates of Spectre, and they're like, oh yeah, like we isolated the Spectre, like time to kill him, and then they just like, all freaking die to Desolate. Yeah, they all go down to like 10%, and the Spectre's like, oh, just right click you.
Yeah, so the kind of one of my favorite things about Spectre playing like carry is as the carry, you know, the fucking world is on your shoulders, right? If you fuck up late game, the whole fucking world, dude. If you fuck up late game, like that's it. Your whole team spent their entire fucking time to get you your space, and you're like, oh, I forgot to activate BKB. Sorry, guys. And they're like, are you fucking... So Spectre's great because all you have to do to win a team fight is exist. You just aggressively exist at them. And then they're like, oh shit, I can't deal with this. Like Radiance is doing damage. You're not even right-clicking anything. And Dispersion, like you can even die aggressively on Spectre. So no matter what, if you're tanky and have farm on this fucking hero, you win the fucking game. And if you buy shit like Manta and whatever, there is a chance that you can just be like, oh, I got caught out and I only have 1,200 HP, so I died. Like there's a chance of that. So in general, something, especially when I have this Necrophos that's going to ensure that I'm like tanky and really make use of my awesome girth. I'm pretty comfy with that. I know Manta is an obscenely good item, and in general, I do like to go Vanguard Manta. But if you're so far ahead that you're more worried about like, am I gonna throw this game? Like, I need to not throw this game. That's all I need to do is just not throw. Like going to heart early is fucking awesome.
Yeah, I can see that. Definitely.
Okay. Do you want to play the game, or that's about okay.
Let's do it.
Hello, everybody. This is Roland from your favorite Dota 2 podcast, Defense of the Patience. I am asking a lot of you on this commercial, and that is to go to defenseofthepatience.com, and in the top right, you will see a survey. This is going to give us money. Money that we will spend on terrible things, probably. I've always wanted a monster truck, and if you can help me achieve that, I'd really appreciate it. We've been doing this for 2 years now, and I now have a chance to get a monster truck, so that's pretty exciting for me. Check out the survey. If you don't want to fill it out, don't. But we do need some of you to fill them out. I'm totally rambling here, and I probably should have a script. But I don't have a script, and so this is going to go on for another 10 seconds because you're supposed to have a minute, and I'm at 52 seconds. Please go to the top right of defenseofthepatience.com. Help me make my dreams come true. Thank you for listening to Defense of the Patience.
Hello, everybody. This is Proud, and we are coming with you a game of Spectre that we just won, and it was fucking hilarious. And as Skrunk pointed out, that was probably my highest hero damage. And according to Dota Buff, 11 minutes ago, one game, 63,000 hero damage was indeed my highest. Per the previous one was the game we actually played for last week's, my Arc Warden game, where I had 52,000. So this was fucking like almost 10.1k higher fucking hero damage than any other game I've done before. That's how fucking unreal this shit is. And if you know Spectre, like, I just do damage by existing. So all that meant is I existed for longer than any other Spectre game, which I fucking fully attribute to this goddamn beautiful motherfucker sitting next to me in spirit playing this goddamn Necrophos.
Yep, that was pretty good. You know, we pulled off the aggressive existing strategy, and we really existed for quite a while. And you know, one thing I've learned about Dota is that your heroes exist, and so anytime you can benefit from that, it's going to be good for you.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. When you're alive and you can like capitalize off being alive, that's really like the maximum efficiency you can get in Dota 2. And this combo of heroes. So okay, so we'll talk about what we were against. I think Sam normally does that, but he's not here because he's fucking lazy. So they had a offlane Axe, a Witch Doctor supporting a Slark in the safe lane, a mid Morana, and a Jungle Legion because it's a pub. Well, why not? And we had a guy who wanted to be safe lane really bad. This was his game to get 5K. And he was like, yo, I want a safe lane. And then we picked Necrophos, and then we picked Spectre. And he was like, yo, why'd you steal my lane? And I says, motherfucker, that's not your lane. That's our lane. And then he was like, all right, I never offlane, dude. And he picks like Ricky offlane as if that's a fucking thing. And then we have a Winter Wyvern also supporting, which was great. And then we have the Necrophos Spectre. So we had a decent tri lane. The Wyvern, at first it looked like he was doing great, but actually he was not. He's kind of not. But, you know, the point thing is that he bought some items so the Skrunk could start with 2 branches, and that was nice. And then we have our safe lane Spectre. Oh, you want to fucking say something?
Oh, I was going to say the Wyvern helped a lot, I thought.
I hated him.
Well,
later. I mean, the ults. Dude, those ults were so good. It would be like a fucking crazy fight would be going out, and then he would ult, and then you would just be like, 1 death pulse, 2 death pulse, and then I mech. And then the fucking fight would resume after this like Naga sleep, basically, where they all shit on each other's heads as we healed up. It was fucking hilarious. Oh yeah, and then he would just heal every Legion duel. Yeah, it was like in the laning phase. And anyway, and then we had like a mid invoker who DC'd several times. So the thing that I would normally say was like the weakness is that we had fucking like Spectre Necro in a safe lane together, and you would think, oh, just punish that. And at some point they had like it started out as just Axe, who we punished really well, and then they had like Axe Witch Doctor, and then really their entire team. But the important thing was that like Wyvern, it wasn't so you could look at this and say like, yeah, of course, Wyvern zoned the Axe and your tri lane didn't get or your shitty dual lane didn't get punished or whatever. But the Wyvern actually didn't do that much to help stop the Axe. I think Wyvern pressed Q once maybe. Outside of that, in the laning phase, they just like pulled every so often. But we like just the 2 of us alone were able to deal with the Axe pretty decently. Anytime he'd walk in on us, Skrunk would walk back. He'd be like, oh, I can't step to this. And then he pressed Q and he's like, oh man, too much. It was cool.
Yeah. Like they did what they should have done, which is put a ton of pressure on the Spectre. They sent pretty much all their heroes up there. Like by 13 minutes, which was when Slark got his Shadow Blade, they had everyone up there. They were just 5-manning us. And they did get a successful team fight out of it once.
Yeah, I did die once, but for the most part, it was just them continuously dying.
Yeah, it was just, seriously, like they would be forced to blow cooldowns to survive. Like they would be leaping, Morana would be leaping, they'd be like blowing like Shadow Dance and like
immediately
blinks and stuff. And I'm like, hey, guess what? I have Death Pulse. Like I don't give a shit about like anything, your cooldowns. Really. I'm just gonna keep hitting Death Pulse over and over again, and like
the only thing that, like, because like those team fights would have been a stomp for us, but the only thing that changed it up a little bit was their cask off their Witch Doctor. As soon as the game started, I was like, you know what would kind of counter us? Something that fucking countered 2 people hugging, and that's what our lane does. We hug each other, and then we had a Ricky too. So Ricky would like we would hug, and then someone would try to turn it into a 3-man death hug, and then Ricky would cloud on top of it, and turns out it's a 4-man hug. And then Witch Doctor would cask our little bubble of humans. And we'd be like, oh God, I can't. We just like both got Fiend Script for like 5 seconds. And then we died once. And it was like, I mean, if there wasn't that beautiful hard counter of cask, like there would have been absolutely like nothing lost in any of our team fights. It was just cask, dude. Cask is good against this.
Yeah, cask is good. And I mean,
in the laning stage, at least.
Whenever you're playing like interlocking arm strats like we were, cask is great. But even so, it was like the cask got me killed a few times. But it was like, I think if I had a stick, I could have like because it was always like, oh, if I just get this 1 death pulse off, like this team fight is super 1 for us. But then the cask would bounce to me, and I couldn't get it off, and I would die.
Yeah, any team composition or just like hero synergy that's based off of surviving for a very long time, stick is fucking awesome. I like had an open slot in my inventory and I was like, guess I buy a windlace because that's what Proud does. But I instead bought a stick this time, and there were so many fights. I was just like, oh man, I got to get out. And then I just like hang around. My Vanguard's healing me up. I get like 3 stick charges just for existing, which is kind of the theme. And then I could throw another dagger, go in, get a Desolate shot, and then walk back. And it was fucking great.
Yeah, stick is amazing. I think, I usually get them. This game, I got my mana boots and I just kind of forgot about them. Forgot about the stick. But if I had it, I think it would have helped a lot.
Yeah, I forgive you, dude.
Yeah, thanks. Even not having it though, like, it would be like, oh, if I get this death pulse off, the fight is like 1. But then I didn't get it off and the fight was still like even, or we trade like 2 supports for a core and a support or something like that. And so that worked out pretty well.
The only thing that I would say didn't go quite as well is I was way too into how fun the fights were. Like, all the fights were honestly just really fucking engaging. It was like, oh, can we go forward? What? Did the fucking tide change? Yep, it did. Let's go. Oh, shit, we were wrong. And then I would die or you would die, and then we get back and like, oh, man, Invoker TP'd. He's got a fucking Sunstrike. And it's just like crazy shit. But I really should have dialed it back for a second and been like, yo, I'm going to farm. I'm going to finish my relic. Because it was like 20 minutes. I didn't have my relic yet. I was 1,000 gold off, and then it's like, I'm going to go farm. And because we had like lanes were open the entire time. It was just 5-on-5 at top lane. And the whole time people were like, yo, there's lanes to farm, guys. We don't have to do this. I was like, nope.
Yeah, even I TP'd mid at one point. I was like, okay, there's too many creeps here. I'm gonna go farm. And like I did 1 creep wave and I was like, oh shit, gotta go back top.
Just buddy, there's still fights. It's fun. Come up.
Yeah. But I mean you still got like
it's like 25 or something.
25-minute radiance.
Yeah, let me see here. I can use this fucking sweet new. I don't even have to go to Dota buff. I can look at this fucking chart.
Well, you were like 1,000 off heart at 30 minutes. So so
it was a 25-minute radiance, and then heart was at 33. So it was like 8 minutes, and then I got another heart, or got a heart.
Yeah, and then once we got the heart, it's like pretty GG.
Yeah, I definitely like going the heart here. They would just go on me, and it wouldn't matter, and that's the game. That's all that you really need to know about that.
Pretty much.
So that's you play together. Don't get like way too all up in each other's shit and not farm. Like don't ignore your farm. It's fun to kill everyone, but dial it back because like so much farm had just like accumulated on the maps. All the camps respawned, all that shit. So as soon as I was like, oh man, time to farm, it was like a fucking plenty vault was the entire map. It was the fucking promised land. And I just absorbed all that farm, and I went from being like, oh man, I'm not going to have my relic, to I had my relic a minute later. And then I did another fight and died. Oh no, I didn't die. It was just like a fight, and I had to like go back to base. And then our Wyvern was like, why is Slark not farm, Raffle? And then I was like, good point, dude. And then I finished my Radiance. So don't get too caught up in how much fun it is to fight everyone. Just get your Radiance and then go fight again. And then you'll get your heart like immediately.
Well, that was like them rotating lots of heroes on us, which is like what we said is the weakness of this draft is if they like rotate a bunch, but it was like working out that weird.
Yeah. Even though normally you'd be like, oh man, they have Spectre, and Spectre's really good in pubs because pubs aren't coordinated and they just like the Spectre fucking finds space and farms. But I had no space. The Invoker had fucking space, dude. I did not. There was no space on my side of the goddamn map.
Yeah, I looked at the Invoker at like 10 minutes or like 11 or 12 minutes, and he had Boots of Travel Midas. So I was pretty happy at that point.
No, at 10 minutes, he's 1,000 net worth over me. I mean, I'm over the mid by a little bit, but like the Slark and the Invoker are both like 1,000 net worth up on me. And if you looked at the way the fights went, it didn't. I mean, Slark was dying and I was not. Like they were like Slark would TP up for the team fights with his fucking Shadowblade timing, and he would still fucking die, even though he's 1,000 up on net worth from me. So it's great. I love it.
It was awesome. Like it's really fun. If you play the Necro, you have to be like patient. Like you just have to be patient and just wait and just play around your Spectre and make sure your Spectre's getting farmed. But I mean, it wasn't like difficult. Like none of the plays I pulled off were hard. I'm just running in
it's not like mechanically challenging. It's just you just have to know your limits. I feel like this would be a good grandparent grandchild combo. I know we're we're always trying to look for good combos to play with your grandparents, right? So if your grandparent can play Necrophos, I mean, they probably have a lot in common. They're like decrepit and old. And you're Spectre because you're this, you know, supernatural beauty, aren't you?
Yes, I'd say so.
Okay, so run it with your grandmama or grandpapa.
And, you know, rest in peace to all their grandparents out there who are not with us today.
Yeah. Let's see. Is there anything else?
The Slug lost his 5K off that, which makes me happy.
That's beautiful. I'm so happy about that.
The moment I knew we won is when the Ricky trusted us.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah, so the Ricky was just like, yo, this sucks. I would safe lane. And we're like, and the Skrunk says, the only way we're going to win is if you trust us. He was like, okay, I'll fucking do it. And we fucking did it.
And we did it. Yeah, we delivered for him, which makes me happy. Like,
yeah.
I want him to, you know, I don't want him to get punished off of trusting us. Like, that would be the worst. So,
literally,
you know, we put in our all and we made it happen.
I did not put in my all. I was having a lot of fun that game, not going to lie to you.
That means you didn't put in your all if you're having fun.
I know. I was like, should I farm or should I keep fighting? I'm like, I'm gonna fucking fight.
Look at the hold up real quick. Look at the CS. Ricky had 44 CS and I had 94. So Ricky was just like sitting top for so long. I mean, everyone was, but yeah, what a game. That was definitely an interesting.
It's like the CS for the time. Yeah, I wasn't even like high up on there, honestly. At least in the early game, I had like, what is it, 44 CS at 10 minutes. Slark has 70. Like, if you have a game like that on Slark, you're like, man, I'm so fucking farmed. We kill everyone, and he did not. There was very little killing. It was 20 minutes. I still haven't even breached 100. You want like fucking 150 by the time you're at 20 minutes, and I was just like 90 CS. Here we go. Like, I was playing like shit. Or farming like shit, but I was just fighting like a motherfucker. Didn't fucking matter. It was great.
Yeah. All
right.
Last note, I'm gonna commend this Wyvern because he bought 18 observers.
Oh, what a guy!
Dude, can you commend like outside of the game now?
Yes, and report. I think.
Oh yeah,
I'll commend him too, dude. Here we go.
Yeah,
thank you. Hybrid.
That's my thing. If I have commends and like someone reluctantly picks support and buys 2 words in courier, like I always commend them right away. So
yeah. God bless you, Hybrid. They are a champion for our people. Okay. Defense of the Patients, Gmail, YouTube.
Follow me on Twitter at Skrunk555.
It's 5 5s for 3 5s actually, and Flub at Flub Dota. Don't follow Ursinity because he sucks, dude.
Okay,
that's our. Yeah, no, you don't like. That's like our thing. I always plug Flub.
Okay, I guess.
Is that okay?
It's okay, I guess.
Okay. Yeah. So we have like a Gmail at like. I honestly don't remember.
What's your Gmail?
There's a YouTube. If they have like show suggestions and shit, give us iTunes reviews. We love reading those. Wait, there was an iTunes review I need to read. Fuck. Okay. Where the fuck? God, these people talk so fucking much. Where is it? Skrunk, do you know where it is?
No.
It was like a really good one. Okay, here we go. All right. Could you just let me do it? Okay, so here's one, and it says, this podcast is a superb collaboration between a variety of people from all walks of Dota and will appeal to players of all skill levels. Although the Thursday show is far and away the best, and the proud Ursinity dynamic will make you wish you had a life partner of such quality. Every day brings something new to the table. This podcast carries me through the week, much like Proud carries Ursinity every week on Theorycraft Thursdays. Thank you for everything you do, guys. You fucking laughing at that, dude?
Who wrote that?
Someone who likes me, asshole. Unlike you, who's gonna fucking laugh at the only time anyone's praised me in my fucking life.
Dude, no, it's just clever. Like his whole carry, you carry.
He sucks, dude.
Yeah, I mean it's true. That's why it's funny,
Fucking Garbo. Anyway, all right. What else do we have? I have Twitter. I'm at Proud Dota. If you haven't followed me yet, like, it helps. Could you do that? I don't know. I just like sometimes people say they like this and then they don't, and I just,
I followed you the other day.
Thank you. See, I saw that and I was like, at least Skrunk likes me. So there's that. The game's gonna be on YouTube at YouTube/.ptv1. A numerical 1. They always say that. I don't, so I'll say it too. What else? The show is at .p show, I guess. I don't fucking know. Someone else does this normally. I don't need to do this.
I mean, yeah, I feel like it's cool.
Fill out our fucking survey, for fuck's sake. That's how I get free money, and I'll do shit. I don't know. I'll fucking do it. Just do the survey. I'll get money, and then I'll fucking care.
And then you'll do
I already care. Well, yeah, I'll do plenty. I'll like, dude, if I can fucking be like, yo, my job is I talk about Dota 2, and then I'll actually do shit. And then I'll like finish school and then just do this shit. It'll be great.
And then you're like, oh, I wasted all that money at school.
Yeah, and then no, I didn't. I'm fucking
oh, you lucky asshole.
I know, right? Fuck me.
The other thing,
it's okay. I have depression. It's hard.
Mention .p in Reddit comments. I love that. Whenever I see someone talking about .p, if you mention .p in like Reddit comments, that always makes me happy. Because someone will be like, oh, I was like wondering about this topic, and someone will be like, .p did a podcast about this topic, and I'm like, yes, like that's sick, and it makes me happy.
Yeah,
so.
dope. Yeah. Also, if someone, I don't know, if someone wants to post the Friday show, the last offlane on fucking Learn Dota 2, that'd be sick. I don't know. I probably shouldn't say that here. I was like gonna get someone to do it for me. I feel like it belongs there. I don't know. I'm just a boy trying to make it in the world.
Yeah, I remember when we talked about the offlane.
Yeah. Do you have Oh no, not this one. The Friday show. This one was bad. The Friday show.
What happened with the Friday show?
Oh no, so the Friday show, that was me and Roland. Oh yeah, watch our Friday show. Or listen, fucking watch it. That's hard. You need synesthesia for that. So the Friday show is me and Roland, and we did like a whole episode talking about the offlane and like what it even means. Like, when you're in a fucking, like, you're at 2K and you're like dual laning and shit, like what do you need to know to play the offlane differently than the safe lane, even though you're still dual laning? Like, how does the structure of the map inform the way that you're going to play to the map at different skill levels and all that shit?
Yes, there's a reason it's called the hard lane by some individuals.
It's talking about like gank paths and fucking pulling, and even if you can't fucking like pull really efficiently, it's not worth having 3 heroes safe lane because you're not actually taking advantage, et cetera, et cetera. You can listen to it. I don't care. I'm not going to redo the fucking show. Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
Is that all?
Yeah.
Do you like? You want to talk about?
I don't have anything. I'm gonna go play WoW Legion after this. In case you're wondering.
That's actually gonna get cut, dude. I'm like so fucking tired because I played WoW for like fucking 10 years, dude. I'm gonna have a fucking tattoo of my playtime on my goddamn warrior. Like, don't tempt me, you piece of shit.
Okay, well, it's not that great, honestly.
Thank God you said that, even though you don't believe it. All right, we're done.
All right.
Cyphers! Cyphers! Cyphers!